Hi guys, and welcome to this live video presentation. I'm going to be refreshing the screen a few times just to make sure everything is working okay. So if you are watching right now, it'd be great for you if you could post a quick message in the comments box just to make sure that everything is working okay. So do say hi to me, and we will crack on with the presentation in a minute or so. Just give a few people some time to join in, and hopefully we'll get some on board in a few seconds. I did send out a notification earlier on just to let everybody know that had registered for the presentation that I would be doing it later on today. I'm just a few minutes late, so hopefully you're going to be joining us very, very soon. So whilst we're waiting for people to join in, great. Hey, thank you. Who's joined us? Yeah, Ron. Hi, Ron. Thanks for joining. Um, I just want to quickly introduce myself because we've got quite a few new members that have joined the group recently. So my name is Paul Bailey, and I'm a qualified nutrition coach. I qualified through precision nutrition. I always find that word really difficult for some reason. Precision nutrition, and they are a American-based company, but obviously I'm based in the UK. And I found that their policies, their science behind diets and nutrition just really tallied in with my own initial beliefs. So getting trained up with them was a real eye opener, and has given me great confidence in being able to help you guys properly. Um, so I am the leader of the group and the nutrition coach here. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to either pop me a private message, or just post a comment in this live video, and that will get answered. So the purpose of the group is basically it's a private group for gay men over 40 that are looking to learn more about their nutrition and basically get control back of their health and fitness. Some people are trying to lose weight. Some people are trying to gain muscle. Some people they just want to be healthier and just feel a bit better about themselves. So whatever your goal is, even if you're not looking to build muscle, you might actually find this presentation quite useful, as I'll explain a little bit later on. So today, as I said, I'm going to be talking about how to build muscle. It was something I posted in the group a few days ago, maybe a week ago, just to find out if it was something that people would be interested in. And there were quite a few people that pre-registered for the live video. So I thought may as well go ahead and do it. At the end of this video, I'm going to be doing a live Q&A. So if you do have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments as we go through, and I will answer those questions towards the end of the video. But otherwise, yeah, I hope you find it really useful. All right. So we've got it looks like we've got about 10 people watching at the moment. So great to have you on board. Please do feel free to post a comment in the comments box if you have any questions or you just want to say hi. It's always good to know that there are people who are actually there. Right, so let's get on with it. Building muscle. So building muscle isn't just for people that want to build muscle. Building muscle is also great for people that want to lose weight. So I would work with people all the time that are looking to feel better about themselves, to look better, be healthier, be fitter, but they always struggle with getting the results that they were hoping for. And for them, sometimes it just feels like a distant dream. It's just too hard, or they're just too old, or just can't be bothered with all the hard work and effort that seems to be required for building muscle and getting fitter and healthier. So the old school thinking about building muscle was always focus on going to the gym, hitting those weights really, really hard and doing hours and hours of cardio. But now we know that we can look fitter and healthier just by being a bit smarter about what we eat and how we train. So there are basically two major parts to building muscle. There is a third, and I'll come on to that later, but the two main ones are resistance training, which is lifting weights. And the second one, It's good nutrition. You cannot have one without the other. It's just not possible. Without good nutrition, you're going to risk injury, and you could actually lose muscle by working out without good nutrition. If you have good nutrition but don't work out, the worst that can happen really is that you just end up putting on a little bit of weight. But if your nutrition is really good, that probably won't happen anyway. So, getting your nutrition right first is actually the best option. So, focusing on getting your nutrition right is going to be your best chance of success. So, let's talk about nutrition. So, the lack of protein in your diet is going to be the number one reason why you're not building a muscle. No matter how much training you do, if you're not providing your muscles with the protein that they need, the building blocks that they need to help build more muscle tissue, then you're actually going to end up burning muscle tissue instead of building it. So, as a starting point, what I recommend for most people is try and look at getting about 20 grams of protein in each of your meals. So, that would be about 70 to 100 grams of meat or fish or cheese, or a little bit more. So, about 120 grams of tofu, yogurt, or a meat substitute like corn or something like that. So start with that, say about 60 grams of protein per day, but spread throughout the day because your body is not able to store protein. So after it's been in your system for a while, it just simply gets flushed out. So a little bit and often is going to be best. Getting your protein from natural sources is also going to be the best way for you to get protein into your system. At a push, if you are really struggling with getting protein from natural sources, then a good quality protein powder will do, but please don't rely on protein powders. Um, because I've found that they can lead to you basically just passing the protein through your urine and you end up getting kidney stones. Now, trust me, because I found out the hard way that protein powders in excess can give you kidney stones, and it really hurts. So don't recommend that way of doing it whatsoever. But interesting enough, when you do um, have the protein from natural sources, you don't seem to have as much problems with things like kidney stones. It just seems to be from when you're overdosing on protein powders and things like that. Now, the other thing that's really important in nutrition when it comes to building muscle, which a lot of people don't realize, is that carbs are vital to building muscle. Carbs provide and provoke, sorry, a insulin response. So for people that are diabetic or endomorphs who are looking to lose weight, too many carbs can be a bad thing. Now, that's where a lot of people screw up. The too many is the key here. Insulin carries excess carbs into the liver where it can be stored as glycogen or it can be turned into fat and stored in fat cells. But did you know that insulin also basically helps with the protein synthesis, which basically means carrying carbs as glycogen and protein into your muscles? So let's just sort of let that sink in for a second. To get bigger muscles, you need protein. To get protein from your diet into your muscles, you need insulin. To get the insulin, you need carbs. An interesting thing also with regards to the muscles is that when you put muscles to work, it actually starts to open up the receptors in the tissue, ready to absorb the proteins and the glycogen to refuel and repair the muscle tissue. And that's why it's a good idea to have protein in your system around about the time when you're working out. So it's floating around ready to be absorbed by those receptors opening up in your muscle tissue. Another interesting thing about these receptors is that when glycogen or carbohydrate simplified is stored in the muscles, it can't be used anywhere else in the body. Once it's stored, it can only be stored in the muscle or used for energy. It can't be transferred anywhere else and stored as fat. So by working out, you can store those carbohydrates as glycogen in the muscles and not in your belly. So the other thing about these receptors is that you don't even have to have a proper workout to activate these receptors. Just a few body weight squats or a light push up off of the wall or off a countertop, you don't even have to do a full push up, will activate the receptors in your pecs and your shoulders, and doing the squats in your legs and your hamstrings and your glutes. And finally, the benefit of adding muscle isn't just to look and feel good. Muscle continues to burn calories day and night, whether you're resting or being active. And if you are being active, then the muscles obviously will burn more calories, but not only during the exercise, but also after the exercise for a period of time. And this is called the afterburn effect. So by having more muscles, you burn more calories, even at rest. And talking about rest, this is the third and final part of building muscles. Getting enough sleep and rest between workouts will make a huge difference to how much and how quickly you can build muscle. And for most of us, we need all the help we can get. And if that means resting, then that should be pretty easy for most of us to do. So the next step for you all is focus on getting your nutrition right. Get about 60 grams of protein spread throughout the day, about 20 grams of protein per meal. Do resistance exercises. If you're not lifting heavy weights, you can still do body weight squats, push ups, sit ups, those sorts of things. You don't have to go crazy and wear yourself out. Just activating those muscles will help store the protein and the glycogen in your muscles. And the third thing is rest. Rest between your workouts. Get a good night's sleep, and that will make a huge difference to your ability to actually build muscle. Now, I have a really great PDF that will help people fix their broken diet, stay in shape, even if you're really busy and don't have a lot of gym equipment or can't go to a gym right now, and help you learn about the power of sleep. So if you would like me to send you a copy of the PDF, just post in the comments, build muscle PDF. And I will go back through the comments after the presentation, and I'll be sending out that PDF to anybody that posts in there. So post in build muscle PDF into the comments, and I'll send you a copy of that PDF. It's a different PDF to the one you've received when you first joined the group. So if you haven't received, if you want to get this one, then you need to post build muscle PDF in the comments. So I'm going to spend a few minutes doing sort of Q&A if anybody has any questions, for anybody that wants to ask me something on how to build muscle. So just let me know what you have struggled with in the past. What do you need help with? Post your question in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Don't worry if I don't answer your question right now. I will go back through the comments, so that if people have watched the recording or haven't had a chance to build it yet, or post a question yet, or come back to it at a later stage and think, oh, I wish I'd asked this question, just post it in the comments. I'll see it pop up and then I'll be able to reply back to you there. So, as there is a little bit of a delay from when I'm recording this to when comments pop up and when the live video comes up on Facebook, I'm going to give you a few seconds just to post a comment or post build muscle PDF, or post a question if you have any of that. So, whilst we're waiting for people to type in those comments into Facebook, then what I'm going to do is just remind everybody about jumping on a call with me just for 15 minutes. It's free. It's not a sales pitch. It's just some really helpful tips, suggestions to find out what you need to focus on to move forward. Now, these calls get booked up way in advance, pretty quick. So I'll do them on a first come, first serve basis. So if you are really interested in improving your health and your fitness, then post pick me in the comments below. And what I'll do is I'll make sure that you get an invite to book up a free 15-minute call with me sometime in the very near future. Okay. So if you do have any questions at all, then you can post them in the comments right now. I don't see anything coming up yet. We do have 7 people watching the video right now. So come on, guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put it in there. Who's tried to build muscle and who's failed? Who's struggling? Have you actually had some success in building muscle? Maybe you can share with the group your triumphs and things that have worked really well with you. I know we've got a couple of guys that are really doing some quite hard work at the moment with their home workout gym. So from Nick, and we also have Paul as well, who's currently doing a lot of running right now. And he's done some amazing work at working on his fitness and physique as well. So I know that they've done amazing jobs. So we don't have any comments at the moment. So what I'm going to do is close down the video for right now, and I will pop back shortly. But do feel free to post a comment, a question, post in build muscled PDF if you want to get a copy of the PDF, or if you want to call with me, then post pick me in the comments. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. And I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon. All right. Take care, guys. See ya. Bye bye.